What is up? My name is Ryan Harwick. I'm a network administrator at Maximum IT. See the logo? Love the logo. And today we're going to be talking about something so simple, so easy, even a drug-induced chimpanzee can do it. How do I know that? You don't want to know. Let's just say that getting a chimpanzee to do meth is no easy task. No easy task. Anyway, we're going to be talking about how we can move our user folders, things like my documents, my videos, my pictures, to a completely different location. Maybe another hard drive within Windows, maybe a USB stick, maybe a server somewhere. But before we get to the actual moving part, let's just check out where they're installed by default. Check it out, homie. Alright, so I'm going to click on the Start Orb. I like that. I like that it's called the Start Orb now, instead of the Start button. It's so pansy. Anyway, I'm going to click on Computer here, and then it's going to show me all my hard drives. Now, I need to go into my system drive. In this case, it's the C drive, and most of the time it is. If you're not really sure which one it is, just look for the little Windows symbol on Windows 7. I'm going to double-click that, double-click on Users, and then go into my directory, which is Ryan in this case, for my username. You can see here are all my different user folders. But alas, there is no My Documents. Dun dun dun. It's because I've already moved it. Take it easy. Take it easy. Relax. Calm down. We'll show you where it is in a second. But I've already moved it to a different location, which is kind of what this video is about. But I don't have the ability to just move my documents. I can move other folders as well. I can move contacts. Any of these can be moved. Now, why I might want to move them, well, is really up to you. Some people like to move them. I like to move them for recoverability purposes, so that if something happens to my Windows 7 installation, it doesn't become a problem having to, get at them. So I can reinstall Windows, and my documents are over here in another hard drive, so I'm good to go. Or a USB stick or a server somewhere. But also, there's actually a lot of applications nowadays that store default settings within the My Documents folder. And so those customized settings will be lost too if you were to lose, your Windows installation, if something were to happen or happen to your computer. Also, if you're a gamer like myself, a lot of games nowadays are putting save game files and other customized things inside of the My Documents folder as well. So you would lose those settings too. And you may say, well, can't I just choose to save those things somewhere else and specify it? Well, yeah, you can, but sometimes it's a little bit annoying to have to browse through every time you're saving a file, because often programs will look to the My Documents folder by default. So instead of having to browse through and select that every time, wouldn't it just be easier to tell Windows where the My Documents folder or other user folder is in the first place? I think so. Anyway, so let's talk about how we would move it. So let's say I want to move my pictures. Alright, so I've got some pictures in here. You can see I've got a picture of Darth Maul, my hero. Okay, and some other stuff I have here. I'm just going to click on the back button here. So if I want to move my pictures, I can just right-click on my pictures and bring up the lovely context menu, and then come down to the bottom, click on Properties, and then within Properties of my pictures, there's a tab called Location. And this is where we can change the location. Surprise, surprise. So right now, this is where it is. See, Users, Ryan, Pictures. That's where it's stored. Let's say I want to move it to somewhere else. What I can do is just click on the Move icon, or the Move button, I should say. Click on Move, and then I can browse anywhere on my computer, or even on the network if I wanted to. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Computer, and I'm going to choose a different drive. So let's say I want to put the pictures on my E drive here. So I'm going to double-click on the E drive, and I've actually already pre-created another folder there called My Pictures. Generally speaking, you don't want to just save it on the E drive. You think, I'll just choose the E drive in general. But it won't create another folder called My Pictures or My Downloads or whatever. It'll just store everything, just dump it on the root of the E drive. So you want to make sure that you pre-position a folder ahead of time. Okay? So I've got this folder called My Pictures. I double-click on it and then just go Select Folder. And now you can see it's going to be stored to E My Pictures. Then all I need to do is click on OK. What's going to happen is it's going to give me a little warning message saying, do you want to move all the files from the old location to the new location? Here's the old, here's the new. We recommend moving all files so that programs needing access to folders content can do so. So, like I said, there's a lot of programs that will store their configuration settings and such within these folders. Now, this is basically going to say all the stuff that's right now in C Users, like that picture of Darth Maul that I had, is now going to be moved to my E drive location. So I'm going to say yes. Oh, would you look at that? It's gone. Awesome. So click on computer here, and then I'm going to go to my E drive, and you'll see that, oh, look at that, there's my pictures. And within my pictures, you'll see my hero, Darth Maul. You're a sexy little guy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Anyway, so you can see there's all my little pictures here that I've got. All right. Now, let's say I screwed up. Oh crap, I don't want it in that location. I want to move it back. It's very simple to do. So when I'm on my E drive, so when I select my E drive, I just have to click on the My Pictures folder, right click it I should say, and go down to Properties again. Once I do that, I can come back to the Location tab and just say Restore Default. I don't even have to remember where that directory was. I just say Restore Default and then click on OK. It's going to say, hey, that Pictures folder no longer exists. Do you want to create it? I'm going to say yes. And it's going to say, hey, do you want to move everything from ePictures that I have in there now back to the default location? And I'm going to say yes as well. And then just click on, oh, just taking a second there, I guess. There we go. All done. Now let's just make sure it went back, because you never trust Windows. Ever. Just kidding. Come and see users, Ryan, and you can see, oh, look, there's my pictures right there. So that's basically how you move these folders back and forth. Pretty easy. Now, as you can see, I've moved this stuff already to the D drive. I put it under my documents and downloads. And that's just because every once in a while I do something stupid within Windows 7 because I like to play around with settings and change things where it's just such a hassle to try to fix it. I'll end up just reinstalling Windows altogether sometimes. And when I do that, this way I always have my documents and my downloads in a separate folder. And my downloads folder is actually where I keep all my drivers and things like that, so it comes in handy that way. So if I need to restore things, I can do it very quickly. Reinstall Windows and then reinstall all my drivers so that, get my webcam going and everything else. So that's pretty much it. I hope you found this informative, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.